Hello students, welcome back to yet another lecture of CHO 5403 Biomolecules Organic Chemistry of Drug Design and Chiral Drugs. Friends, in my previous lectures we discussed about the syllabus of CHO 5403, and among these 5 points we are started with amino acids, proteins, enzymes and lipids. So in my previous lectures we roughly defined amino acids, proteins, enzymes and lipids. So as you know that alpha amino acids are the organic compound that contains both amino and COOH group, that is a carboxylic group attached to the same carbon, and that carbon is a alpha carbon. Okay, so as we proceed we look for the natural amino acids and we found that there are 20 amino acids. Among that 10 are essential and others are non-essential. So the amino acids present in deuterion form, so we can write the amino acid in two forms, that is the ionic form as well as unionized form. So it is ionic form is called as deuterion. So friends, we learned about the classification of alpha amino acids, that is non-polar and polar amino acids. So among non-polar there are neutral 9 amino acids, and in polar we have neutral, acidic and basic amino acids. So if we consider the numbers, non-polar or neutral non-polar acids, amino acids are 9, in polar neutral are 6, polar acidic are 2 and polar basic are 3. So non-polar and polar is nothing but we need to have this side chain or R group of amino acid, which is a alkyl chain or a non-polar group like CH3, 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 or even phenyl rings or some cyclic rings. So friends, this is how these non-polar amino acids are classified. So there are 9 different types of non-polar amino acids and they all are neutral in nature. So friends, if we consider the polar amino acids, we have neutral, acidic and basic. So let's see what are the neutral amino acids in polar category. So the compound which contains OH, SH, NH or amide or phenolic group, they are polar, but these 6 amino acids are neutral in nature. Okay, now let's go for the polar and acidic amino acids. So among all the amino acids, or I will say among the 20 amino acids, 2 are the acidic in nature, and also their name is like aspartic acid and glutamic acid, because they are acidic in nature, because both the aspartic acid as well as glutamic acid contains 2 COOH group. Okay, here is one COOH and another is another COOH group over here. So this is how we define the acidic. Now let's see the basic. As you know that if we have nitrogen or NH2, we can say that that compound is basic in nature. So this kind of amino acids which are polar due to NH2 and basic due to NH2, there are 3 types of polar basic alpha amino acids in organic chemistry. We learn about the 3-letter abbreviation as well as 1-letter abbreviation of amino acids. When we proceed further, we found that there are 3 different methods which are commonly used for the synthesis of amino acid. First one is Drucker synthesis, second is modified Gabriel synthesis, and third one is Erlenmeyer synthesis. So friends, in my previous lecture we discussed these two methods, first and second. So in my today's lecture we will discuss about third method and the reaction of green hydrogen with alpha amino acids. So Strucker method was very simple. It was the reaction of aldehyde with ammonium chloride and sodium cyanide. So it will be giving us NH3 and CN, that is alpha amino nitride, which on hydrolysis leads to alpha amino acid. Okay, so this is the simple mechanism for the Strucker synthesis and some examples. And the next was Gabriel malonic ester synthesis. So Gabriel synthesis of amine or primary amine is well known. So instead of using simple alkyl halides, they are using malonic esters, and with the help of malonic ester, we can get the amino acid by the modified Gabriel synthesis. So in my last lecture, we thoroughly discuss the mechanism of Gabriel synthesis or Gabriel malonic ester synthesis. Now let's discuss about Earl Manor or amino acid synthesis. So friends, this is a very common reaction. I think you done in your laboratories. This is a simple reaction which converts a glycine derivative into substituted amino acids. Okay, glycine derivative will convert to amino acids. As you know that glycine have two hydrogens, so one of the hydrogen is replaced with R group, that is different kinds of aldehydes. So let's see the mechanism of this Erlenmeyer synthesis. So friends, Erlenmeyer synthesis is nothing but a hippuric acid. The first one is hippuric acid. It's the benzamide derivative of glycine. Okay, you know that. I have mechanism. So this is a glycine, and this one is called as a hippuric acid. Hippuric acid is nothing but it is a glycine benzamide derivative of glycine. So if we get the glycine, we can convert this glycine into azolactone, and then azolactone is then reduced to the amino acid. So friends, let's see what happens when we treat the acetic anhydride with the hippuric acid. So as you know that acetic anhydride is acylating agent. It will acyl the COOH to COOAC. Okay, then the tautomerism, or I will say there is a alpha hydrogen abstraction by the base. This alpha hydrogen abstraction by base, and then that carbanion will attack on the aldehyde. Okay, so this R2 is very important for us, because if we change this R2, we can change the side chain of this alpha amino acid, so we can get the different types of alpha amino acids. So this is simple condensation reaction and then cyclization to give us the azolactone. So this azolactone, when treated with any kind of reducing agent, for example H2 nickel or so on, we can hydrolyze this or reduce this azolactone to substituted alpha amino acids. This is a very simple reaction mechanism for the Erlenmeyer amino acid synthesis. So this method is very well known and widely used in organic chemistry. So let's see some reactions of alpha amino acids with ninhydrin. So friend, you might use this ninhydrin solution for the testing of amines as well as alpha amino acid. So very interesting reagent. This ninhydrin reacts with alpha amino acid, or I will say alpha amino group of primary amino acids, and producing a Ruhmann's purple, that is the compound which is purple in derivative, purple in color. That derivative is in purple in color. So this chromatophore form in the same for all primary amino acids. The intensity of the color, it depends on the number of chemical nature of the amino groups. Also, we can easily identify the amino acid from the other compounds. So friends, this technique is most commonly used for the paper chromatography, and you can easily identify the number of amino acids present in that typical mixture. Okay, so this is very useful reagent for the identification of amine as well as amino acids. So friends, the very simple mechanism where alpha amino acid, especially the primary NH2, will react with this ninhydrin and will form this kind of 1,3-diol, and after the decarboxylation we get the imine derivative. This imine derivative will be hydrolyzed with the water, and there will be the loss of aldehyde, and we get this NH2. Now this NH2 again react with the ninhydrin, and then the second reaction of ninhydrin will produce this kind of compound. The purple color compound is known as Ruhmann's blue. So this purple color is identification of presence of alpha amino acid in the compound or in the mixture. So this is very important reagent for the identification of alpha amino acids. So friends, so this is all about the synthesis of alpha amino acid. That is, we learn about three different types of method, as well as fourth one is reaction of alpha amino acid or identification of alpha amino acid. So if you have any doubt regarding this, please feel free to ask me. Thank you very much.